Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the morning. Hookup, Phillips, Elijah Herb. Back at you on a Thursday. Hope your Thursday's out to a great start. Beautiful morning outside. Well, program announcement. Work had to be done back at the shop. No Coach Forberg today. We've been delayed till next Wednesday. That's okay. Next Wednesday. Your 9 o'clock keyword is glue. He's currently has a glue guy on campus. GLUE.
That's the positive about this. At least we know whenever you get the word, hey, we got a visitor in town tomorrow, it's not going to happen. And then you get word last night of who that visitor is. You go, well, at least he's not lying to us.
Yeah, he's not. So Coach Hoiberg, he communicated with us. There's a guy on campus. Damon Wilkinson on an official visit, 6'10", 245-pound sophomore from South Dakota State. Currently on campus. Trying to round out this roster, this portal season for Nebraska basketball. Boy, have you seen his stats? I know, well, South Dakota State, boy, this could be a really nice addition for a depth piece and a big guy if they were able to get to that point. 14 points, 7 rebound guy. Oh, my goodness. Shooting like almost 60% from the field. Hey, glue guy. Hey, big guy. Hey, 6'10". So we'll keep you up to date on that as Coach Hoiberg is on campus trying to seal the deal with another portal addition for Nebraska.
There's two-ish spots
I think
left?
there are two-ish spots left.
Two-ish with I think they could get creative with some NIL walk-ons if need,
Oh, yeah.
if need be. Yeah, correct there.
Yeah. There's all kinds of ins and outs and creativity you can get to at that point.
But I think we're looking at pretty much two.
Yeah. So more to come with that. But no, Coach Hoiberg will be joining us. There's confirmed that he'll be joining us next Wednesday at 10:15. So put in your calendars, save your questions. We'll get to that. I did feel like it when I don't know what it felt like when I heard that he wasn't coming on. I'm like, oh man, it's like playing a baseball game, You're jacked up to go play, and then you get a rain out.
Yeah.
Bummed out. You're all dressed up. That how it felt? Man.
I feel like it's whenever you got great plans with some friends on the weekend, and then an hour before you're supposed to go out and grab dinner or drinks, whatever, they say, hey, something came up.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a lot of time with friends in life. That's why it's my biggest concern is I got a text ooh man, I gotta change our promo.
I know. When I got it, I communicated right away. I'm like, hey, here's the deal, man. Here's the deal, and I
gotta change that. So yeah,
sorry that some of you that I know, Jeff, I know you put it on your calendar, but we appreciate it. But next Wednesday, he'll join us. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Flex, and good morning, Arlo. So we'll rearrange, and that's what we do. It's what you do in life, right? Rearrange. Today we're going to talk Husker baseball. There's some big stuff coming out of Husker baseball. I want to get to that. We're going to lead off with that. Coach Troy Dannon had some stuff to say yesterday that I think we need to get to in the Husker land. NBA, NHL continued. Go around the diamond, Major League Baseball. Look at some stories, some stats in Major League Baseball where your favorite teams might be. So we got stuff.
This day in sports history.
This day in sport, yeah.
Is there anything else? Let's see.
The story. There's stories. There's a golf. Big stuff coming out of golf right now. One league, it sounds like it is going to be leaving us soon. And it's going to leave guys scrambling. They're going to be playing in a scramble, probably in some scramble league. It sounds like.
I hope that money was worth it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing about this situation, and we'll get into it all later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
As one thing fails, you go, They ruined your career for a good amount of money.
Yeah. A couple of guys that got out when it was right time to get out. They're looking all peachy right now. But we'll get to that. The golf story is coming up. But boy, let's go. Glue, by the way. Glue. GLUE is the 9 o'clock keyword. You can text that word into 402-258-2800 for a chance to win $1,000. Smithsville Liberty First Credit Union.
And we got Shane checking in here. I almost forgot about this. Says we got to make Derby picks in honor of Willie J, Kid Radio. Will Wilson. Maybe we should call him.
Oh, should we do one with him?
Should we try to get some derby picks from him?
That's Saturday, right?
Yeah, we can do it tomorrow.
Let's reach out. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Get Will Wilson on the radio
for some derby picks.
Yeah. You want to reach out? You want me to reach out?
You got it.
Okay. I'll talk to Will. I haven't shouted him out in a while. So, but here we go. Husker baseball. So usually we get to it on Friday, but we kind of questioned. I've questioned, and not question our starters, but the way the rotation should look. I had a buddy of mine that said, hey, the Friday night guy should be this guy. And I asked Evan that, how do you build a Friday night guy? Well, Nebraska baseball making some changes. And so far, credit to them, the changes they've made have been awesome. With, I know, again, by a need, getting Horn out of there to the bullpen, that's paid off. Your guy Unger, you got your eighth, ninth inning guy, you got it. The way they've got Timmerman into a midweek rotation, got it.
Perfect fit. Yeah.
Yes, they've made the fits. Yesterday, they come out with the rotation for the weekend. And it is, I call it flipped upside down a little bit. Now, starting on Friday, Carson Yasa will be your Friday night guy. Your Saturday guy is now Gavin Blachowicz. And then you're going to go Cooper Katsky in the end on a Sunday.
I'm stuck between two minds in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because on one hand, as I looked at that last rotation, I thought I would have liked to see Katsky get one more go in that Friday role. Mm-hmm. It hasn't gone well for him thus far. That being said, it's a different type of mindset to step into when you're the Friday night guy and you're setting the table. It's your first time seeing a team. You know, you're trying to – there's a little more pressure to get yourself into 6 or 7 innings.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a different mental game you're playing whenever you step on the mound on a Friday night than on, say, a Sunday or a midweek game. So on one hand, I kind of wanted to see whenever you trust a pitcher, you let him work through some struggles, not just in a start, but I also look at whenever, hey, you make a move mid-season to put a guy Friday night. I kind of wish you would have given him one more week to try to work through his struggles. But on the other hand, what pitcher do you typically put in your Friday night role? It's that arm you trust the most.
Ooh.
And over the last 2 months, which arm do I trust the most? Unquestionably Carson Yasa.
No, there's no doubt. What I like about the move is this is a tone-setting guy, right? And Yasa, lightning stuff, has come around with the slider, the sweeping slider that looks really good. But he's also a guy that can overcome a lot of stuff. If you look at his outings, they're not perfect, but you're seeing 5-6 inning guy. Sometimes there's 4 walks and 6 strikeouts in it. An arm that is in shape enough, I guess I'd say, that can go deep, no matter what the circumstance is, right? He's going to get you outs when you need outs, kind of guy with that kind of stuff, which, again, we know Friday's the tone setter. If you can get Fridays, which Nebraska has been okay with Fridays, but if you can get the Friday number one, get the win out of the gate, and Yasa's a guy that can absolutely shut you down too. Look at his outings over the last 2 months, the way it's looked of shutdown innings. But it'll every win you get on a Friday takes the stress off of Saturday, then it takes the stress off of Sunday. The Sunday, to me, it can win you series when you need to win a series, but it's also like in the umpire world, when you get to umpire third base, sit in the rocking chair a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you got 2 guys that are going, you get Yasa to win, you get a Saturday win, you're like, all right, brother, you're in the rocking chair on a Sunday.
You're playing free.
Yes.
Playing free.
And that maybe the thought process is to get Kotsky, who hasn't had a couple of rough Friday starts, not very deep starts, going, hey, sit back, watch. We'll get you to where you need to be and go throw free. Because, well, you know how it could be. You can get into moments where the pressure is a lot and you tense up and you don't play or pitch as well.
That's whenever I look at Katsky, based on the season of work he's put together, I think it's mental on the Friday night with the different pressure that comes with that. That's why I wouldn't have hated one more week. Also, the fact that Yasa's been great for you on Saturdays, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Mm-hmm. But you could also look at the Friday and say that is broke. The Saturday hasn't been broke.
Nope.
Sunday hasn't been broke, but the Friday has. So you make moves. We'll see. Again, I'll say it one more time. I would have liked to see Cats get one more, but Will Bolt is the baseball coach for a reason. He's probably forgotten more about baseball than I'll ever know in terms of how you set lineups, how you set pitching rotations, whatnot. One more factor to this is, I don't want to look too far ahead here, but we're to pretty much May. So I think I can start doing this
tomorrow.
What's it going to look like if you are hosting a regional at Haymarket Park in terms of the arms you go with? Personally, I think Yasa was the arm you'd want to go with in a number 2 game. The most important game to get through is the first one. But if you're hosting a regional, the most challenging game you're going to have and the most important game you're going to have, once you get through that second one. The second one can make or break a regional because you have a talented number 2 or talented number 3 seed. As you look at the lines right now, a talented 2 or 3 seed that might be coming to your place. Look at Arizona State. You look at Vandy. There are some teams that could be coming to Lincoln that have some talent. And hey, not to mention here, if it is Vandy, which I think the pair rankings have Vandy as the 3 seed in the Lincoln Regional at this point in time, they're top 10 in the country in terms of home runs hit. What arm do you want to go put out there on day 2 against them? To me, I look at Yasa. Now, you have to trust Katsky to the point that he'd be able to get you through a first game of the regional and get you to that second game, which I don't think the trust was there right now. But that's another factor you have to evaluate here over the next month is how are you going to set things up in terms of a weekend rotation once you get to regional time?
Yeah, I want to go back what you said earlier about the trust factor of Coach Bolt. It's also, you've got one of the best pitching guys in all of America sitting over there too. Trust in that. Trust in what he's saying, what he's doing. But there's also a super X factor that I think Nebraska has an advantage with. If you get to that point, a trusted arm, I wouldn't be surprised in a regional setting that Ty Horn doesn't make that appearance back on the bump to start. In that situation, you're talking about that high level, you get a 2-3 seed kind of game going on. I wouldn't be surprised if you're like, all right, let's go with a proven trusted arm per se. Right now, we're going to learn a lot these next 3 Big Ten series. Just like any other postseason, who's pitching well, who's playing well going into the postseason. Right? It's just like in basketball. When you play non-conference, here's your rotation. Then you go to conference, here's your rotation. And then here's your postseason. It'll shrink. You'll get the trusted arms figured out. Because who knows what happens in the next 3 series? Will Kotsky get it right? Seeing what the Nebraska staff has done, they're willing to make the bold move to changes this late in the season. What's to say? Because if you're hosting a regional, that changes everything you did in the regular season is gone. You change it up. You don't know who the top 4 are at that point, or the top arms. But the next 3 weeks or a couple of weeks, these next 3 series will tell you everything you're going to need to know going to postseason. Again, I wouldn't put it past him like, all right, man, Ty Horn, you ready to go? He'll be ready to go in that situation, that arm, high-level, intense situation in Haymarket Park.
I still like him out of the bullpen.
I do too, but you just don't know, like that game, that thought of who's the guy that's going to like go out and absolutely wants the ball and can dominate a game. Get you regional settings different, right? Postseason different. It's all about shutdown innings, getting out of innings.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I love Ty Horn out of the bullpen. This is probably a conversation that we can have in 3 weeks, but who is the guy that you trust to get you from inning 6 to inning 9 where you can get Unger on the bump and close a game out? Ty Horn's that guy.
He is. Yeah. I don't disagree.
And I don't want to take him from that role because he has embraced that role. He has brought fire to that role. Hey, you look at a potential Sunday game where you're playing a team that's come up from the losers bracket of sorts. You know how the regionals work.
Yep.
Where, hey, you're up 3-2 in the 6th inning. You just pulled Blackowitz from the game. How do you get it to Unger in the 9th? Yeah, you look at a guy like Ty Horn to go out and get you 3 innings.
Yeah, and there's also that gap. You talk about that gap because in the regional setting, the postseason setting, it is a short leash. So then you might be right. Like if it's a Kotze or Black, whoever, If they're struggling through 2, you can go to Horn in 3.
Well, I also like the idea of being able to use Horn twice in a weekend in a regional.
It makes a lot of sense.
Hey, instead of just burning them for one game, you get to use them on a Friday and a Sunday, something like that.
Yep. There's a lot to be said.
We'll see, but I'm curious how this move works this weekend because.
And I agree. It's about how can that Friday roll, can Yasa understand and accept the Friday roll?
Mm-hmm. And I guess the challenge here with that in mind is can you bring the best out of Katsuki without changing and ruining what Yasa has brought to you? Which we'll find out Friday night.
Not that it's a major factor, but also like if you want to throw in, like you talk about that Friday roll, you think about the times where, and again, it'll change, but you think about the game times when Yasa's been throwing. It's usually like an afternoon setting or something. Now you got to go to the lights where the Ohio State crowd, whatever they have, it'll be at its highest when you go to the bump. Something to watch, but I'm interested to watch this as they'll start tomorrow at 5:00, Saturday at 6, and then Sunday at 1:00 out in Columbus. So let's take a break. When we come back, Mr. Dannon spoke yesterday. There's a baseball topic that is going to be pretty heated. Let's talk about what Dannon had to say. Give your takes, our takes when we return. All right. All right. Hey, Mr. Dannon. I need to text. He's probably not awake yet. What are we thinking? Tomorrow? Let's see.
See, Runza made Runza sandwich ice cream.
I saw that.
Cabbage and I'll try it. Let's be honest, man.
Well, why wouldn't we all try it?
Let's be honest. I'll try it. They did Val's pizza ice cream a couple years ago. That doesn't sound good. Like the Runza sandwich, I go, okay.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, I don't know, but it's like one of those things you stare at and you go, well, have to. Oh, there's your announcement. Wow. Talk about inning. We'll get to about the golf, the story we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
There was a statement that's put out. PIF has made a decision so they're going to fund golf through the 2026 season.
Hold that thought. We're coming back.
All right. Welcome back to the Morning Hookup. Happy Thursday. Perfect song is we're going to talk a lot of that this about money. We're going to get to the golf story, but it's just been announced out there, Live Golf. The PIF has made the decision to fund Live Golf only for the remainder of the 26th season. They also go on to say the substantial investment required by Live Golf over a longer term is no longer consistent with the current phase of investment. Huh. Is it coming to an end? We discussed that with- It feels like it.
Yeah.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
As we continue here, wait, thanks for hanging out with us. Dannon on his monthly Sports Nightly show had a lot to say. Going back a little bit, he talked about Zach Bryan a little bit. Obviously, still hot topic for a lot of people. I was surprised. He said 52,000 tickets were sold, 42,000 were scanned. About 80%, something like that. Was that the number?
Mm-hmm.
What did he call it? I love when people do this. The Zach Bryan concert was a learning project. Thanks for letting us 42,000 be your guinea pig.
Thanks for paying us $300 for your ticket for us
to learn something. Research.
That's
what did you learn?
That's a CEO spin right there.
Yeah, what did you learn from that?
What do you talk about? The communication with fans outside the stadium.
Yeah.
You learned
that. I will say that was the biggest challenge. Was the communication, because if you didn't know or weren't paying attention, obviously you could look at the sky, you saw the weather alerts, blah, 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 but all of the doors opening, closing, blah, 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 was on the Zach Bryan Instagram and Twitter pages. That's how you found out that they're delayed. Now, all the Nebraska social medias went out and grabbed those screenshots and tweeted them out or sent them on their Instagram pages as well. But if I didn't have a 15-year-old or 19-year-old kid sitting there, I'd be like, what is going on? There was no like massive way or boards or whatever that looks like.
Text alerts.
Yes, that was not available for that. So, I mean, again, for us, we're sitting there and they're hanging out, and all of a sudden you just see people mass running towards the door. You're like, we're going to the quad. We all just went running with them to get in line.
I also feel like you got to find a way. And then it's funny because I say this hypothetically, so I wasn't there, so it's hard for me to speak with like complete conviction, not being somebody who actually went and bought the ticket. But if I bought a ticket hoping to see Kings of Leon, and then you also get to see Zach Bryan, I'd be pretty PO'd.
Yeah.
If that show got canceled and I didn't get some sort of partial refund. It's one thing if it's a local opener. It's another thing whenever it's a nationally touring artist that opens up, that I know that there were people going down there more to hey, they were happy seeing Zach Bryan, but they were more there to see Kings of Leon, and that gets canceled. I'm like, yeah, you're going to go use your ticket to get your money's worth because you paid $300 for it.
It was a learning project.
But again, that's one thing I think you got to figure out. Like, could you get some sort of like, hey, we're going to give you 25% off your ticket. Sorry for all that melee there.
Yeah.
I think the experience that you paid for was not the experience that you got. And is that one of the risks you take whenever you go to an outdoor concert in April in Nebraska? Yes. But to flip it around, was the experience that people got worth the money that they paid with what they thought they were getting with that money? Probably not. I'm not going to sit here and call it a scam because you still got Zach Bryan at the end of the day. And you got a cool experience. One of those unforgettable ones with you sat in the Hawks Championship Center for 3 hours. Then you still got the Zach Bryan. And hey, there's not many people out there that get to see Zach Bryan playing a thunderstorm of sorts. Yeah. But it's still not the experience that you paid for.
Yeah, you missed the mark. Just I would say you just missed the mark. I think they treated it like a my wife and I were talking about this. I think they treated this like a commercial airplane. Hey man, weather, can't do anything about it. Flight's canceled. Right?
Yeah.
I think that's what they treated like. I was trying to figure out how this makes sense to people. That's what it's like. Can't control the weather, man.
Hey, you can sit around here. We might have another flight coming at 1 a.m. if the weather passes.
You can rebook. You can just wait. Stand by on the next one. Just hang out. We'll get you. But again, learning project. He did go out and, like, speaking of baseball and in the softball programs, boy, this is big news, I think, for the baseball program, as they will be building a new $5.5 million clubhouse for baseball, throwing some dollars into baseball, and a $4.5 million one for softball.
And that is actually much needed.
Oh my gosh.
Most people might not know behind the scenes. That is huge. That is I mean, the clubhouse that they're using right now, and I've used the umpire changing rooms there, which is in the same building as the clubhouse. Conducive. I mean, it's a 20-year-old 25-year-old maybe clubhouse that it's not connected to the dugouts anyway. I guess I haven't dove into this, but I know that there's been some frustrations in the past with what the Husker baseball and softball, or excuse me, Salt Dogs clubhouse is. It's a way to modernize and keep Haymarket up to date without going entirely new stadium.
Yes. I mean, it just needs a big facelift. This is a good start. I will also say,
well, we all know Haymarket is a great experience for the fans that go show up there. It is not always the best spot for the teams itself with some of the inconveniences there.
Well, let's also remember that when you build things, they do age, right?
Yes.
This is, I guess in your mind, you think, man, it looks new. It feels new. It's 2001. It's a 25-year-old building that has had very little done with it, right? So clubhouse is $5.5 million, $4.5 million on the other side. I hope they continue the process with that, where this university, that baseball program has been blessed with Alex Gordon and the Gordon facility, which also needs some love. We've practiced in there before. Baseball needs, it's a great turf space. It's beautiful, right? With all the cages in the space. They don't have a real live locker room. I mean, weight room. Feels like your home gym.
Yeah.
Being in there. And it's in a back hallway. Right? They don't have it. Most programs have their own space. For instance, football has everything they need, can eat together, can lift together, can do all that. Whereas baseball and softball and volleyball, they have it, right? Baseball and softball over there, they have no real eating space, no real meeting space, it's just old.
Whenever you look at the Gordon facility, which is almost 15 years old at this point now.
Yes.
I guess it's just a little over 10. Is it 12 years old?
Probably
somewhere in there.
Somewhere in that realm.
Whenever you built it, it was whenever you were coming into the Big Ten. The facility that you had from a winter facility, a spot that you can use whenever you don't have good weather. I mean, it was better than a lot of schools in the Big Ten. It falls very, very short of what national teams have in terms of the facilities from a baseball point of view. You look at those West Coast teams with UCLA and USC. You look at the teams you're competing against in a regional. Not to say the Gordon facility is bad. It could use some updates.
Yeah, it
gets the job done. It could use some updates. It could use some modernization. It could use some improvements to keep up with the other teams out there in college baseball that have great facilities.
It's keeping up.
Yeah,
it's keeping up, and it's going to take a while, since it hasn't been done in a while, to get up to the standard. Right? We all know how tough it is already for baseball to recruit to the Midwest, number one, and two in the Big Ten. Because we both documented saying Big Ten doesn't care about baseball. It's up to the specific university to invest in baseball and softball to show the care, to show they want to compete at the big level. I don't think right now it's enough. Now, wins, losses, region, all that, right? But I don't think it's enough right now from a facility perspective that walk in, people go, man, that's really, really impressive. Minus the field. I think the field is beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Playing surface.
There's not a better Big Ten facility as field. Just going outside, looking at the field, but on both sides, softball, baseball. I don't think there's any. I think it's top notch. Those fields play with every level out there. SEC, Big 12, they play with all of them. It's just when you get behind the scenes stuff is where it's needed. So I'm glad to hear that. Now, this one, I think is going to be a very tough point. Contingent, tension, whatever word you want to talk about. That is postseason baseball tickets.
Yeah. This is wrong, but I get it.
This is wrong.
But I get it.
I get it, but it's wrong. Especially, was it 2008 the last time we did this? Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska hosts a regional, let's say. Postseason baseball tickets will be sold through a tiered system, prioritizing Husker Athletic Fund membership levels as of March 18th. All about your donation level now, folks. That's where you will be getting your tickets. How you will be getting your tickets. Current season tickets locations are not reserved. I get it. I think timing is bad. And it looks bad.
It looks bad.
It feels bad because baseball fans, to me, are like baseball and softball fan. But since we're talking, baseball fans feel like volleyball fans to me. I think you have football over there. I think you can go basketball, right? Baseball fans are diehards.
I mean,
they're the ones that have been doing this for, whatever years, sitting through the conditions, sitting through the weather.
And think about the Tuesday night games that were 45 degrees and windy that season ticket holders went and sat through and gave some life into the team. They are ride or dies, those Husker baseball season ticket holders. Do you know any, Hooksy?
I have a couple, yeah. Dude, those dudes and gals, whoever, are like...
They're bundling up. They're going and checking out a team. They're watching them on Tuesdays. They're watching them on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays.
They're going every chance that they have a ticket. They have all the games. And they're, like I said, I know a couple that go out there and they're like, well, it's 45 degrees, but I got this sleeping bag I can wear and go out and watch. They're there to the last pitch. They're at the first pitch, last pitch.
And I think
they got the ones you go out there and watch that have the scorebooks in their hand scoring the game.
And that, to me, I think is part of the reason why, which it sounds backwards, but I think that's part of the reason why this move is being made. Because if you were to give the season ticket holders the first right of refusal, what seats would be left for the quote unquote donors of substance?
Yeah. See, I guess the hard part of this is,
and that's, if you follow the money, the first and foremost, the people that the university wants to take care of are the people that make big donations, that are spending a lot of money on football and basketball.
But don't you want to
those cash cow type fans that this university can go back to the udder and squeeze some more money out of? You want to keep them happy.
Yeah, but
if you're sticking them out on a berm, you're not keeping them happy.
Ooh, they're going to be pissed.
This is about more than just baseball.
Yeah, but I get that. I do get that. I get
it's
that.
Wrong. It's wrong. But I get why they're doing it, because the Husker baseball fans that are season ticket holders that go to a lot of games. They're diehards. They're gonna take up all these good seats, and you're gonna leave these rich donors sitting behind the scenes upset.
Can they not go out and just look at the way baseball has been season ticketed the rest of the last 10 years and reward those people?
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because right now in this current environment, and this could be any sport, by the way. I know it's baseball, right? Right now they're lumping massive football donors into this.
Yeah.
That probably have no interest of going, but might go, oh, it's a regional.
Yeah.
It's another event that I can get the best seats at.
That ain't right, but think about,
because there's a lot of these
guys.
Who
does this university make money on?
Yes.
The football season ticket holders that are big time donors. That's who they make money on. That's who's going to make the money in 15, 20 years. Is it right? No, absolutely. It's not right.
I worry that you're going to alienate baseball fans and go, hey, you're good enough for the regular season, but you're not for postseason. You keep coming on Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays and every series in the weather. You get your seats there and that, but you can't have them on the postseason unless you buy them off. I mean, who knows? I would anticipate if this stays. Now, maybe they'll revisit. I don't think they will, but I would anticipate there's going to be a lot of tickets sold by those people that can go scoop them up. It's going to be a really, I mean, this one to me feels worse than volleyball reseat, because there's an official reseat.
100%.
This one feels like, hey, thanks for hanging out with us throughout thick and thin for the last 10 years or whatever. I know we haven't been to regional in how many years, but you know what? Woo! We got a chance here. Let's put the big dollars in the seats. That's what it feels like.
Because that's what it is. That's not what it feels like. That's what it is. It's the people that are making the university the most money get the opportunity at the seats. Is that right? No, but do I get it? Unfortunately, yes.
This is a great point here, Jeremy. What's up, my man? How's the site going today? Just kidding.
I saw you have a foundation for it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. He said what sucks is it's past the deadline to improve their tier status. At least with volleyball, you were given a heads up and could donate before the deadline.
Yeah, because this is retroactive to March 18th.
March 18th. So wherever you were at from a donor's perspective, that's where you're at on March 18th. That's where you were. It's just a bad look. And I can see it, but I don't. It just, to me, it's like baseball fans are diehards. They will go back, right? They'll keep doing it. It's like the sad football fan. We keep buying tickets to inferior products every single year because it's football. This, to me, is like, man, again, you're good enough for here, but you're not good enough for here.
Yeah. That's the university saying, hey, awesome, you support baseball. You better support football too.
Do you think I know I had somebody asked me this too. Oh, so you're going to announce that you're spending $5.5 million on a clubhouse. Then we're going to give the tickets to the highest donors.
Hey, who's paying for that clubhouse?
I don't think that's a relationship, but it's
who's paying for that Memorial Stadium expansion? Who's paying for it? It's the big time donors out there. They're taking care of them.
Gosh, wait till the signs come out when there's big time baseball fans in the berm.
And
I saw those signs come out in volleyball when all this was announced, that we'd be at matches and be like, care more about the money than us.
And here's Shane with the real point. This is the way sports is moving. Mm-hmm. He says Husker Athletics pricing out the average middle-class fan, already in progress with football and volleyball. 100%. Well, they're pricing out the ability of the average middle-class fan to go to every game.
Every game. Like, you got to pick and choose now. It's unfortunate.
It's going to be rowdy moving forward. It's, hey, you got a family of 4? It's not where you picking your season tickets. It's, hey, which game you going to this year with that family of 4? Which one game?
Is unfortunate on timing. And I don't want to throw it. It's a distraction right now in the world when this team is rolling to hosting this regional. The question is, and again, we talked about like a minute. Did we know this prior to this happening? Or was it like, oh my gosh, they're going to make a regional. Let's make a decision.
I'd probably say the latter.
Did you know going into this conversation? Because you could have said, because again, the whole donor points and deadline was focused on volleyball. At that time, you could have said, this improves your position for any season ticket situation going forward and postseason selection. Because it was never, I've read through all of that stuff. It was never mentioned about from a postseason perspective. Because volleyball is going to be like that next year, because eventually volleyball postseason will not be in the Bob. It'll be at PBA.
Mm-hmm.
Now going forward, any postseason situation is going to be like this.
Oh,
that's going forward, by the way.
Hey, just
being a season ticket holder is not, it doesn't come with many privileges anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the check you wrote, the status you have. You get first, second, or third. Because if you go out and look, you can look on Huskers.com and find it, the levels of where you're at based on donation levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not telling you can't have a ticket. It's just when you get to pick your ticket.
Imagine if Husker football ever makes college football playoff.
My goodness.
I know you got a lot of seats in there. Could be a lot of folks that are sitting in the nosebleeds with their season tickets that you ain't going to a college football playoff game. Doesn't matter if you got season tickets or not.
Because the status will come out and want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting environment.
But it's the way of the world in America. I wish I said sports. It's the way of the world in American sports, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
If you look across the globe,
yes.
This ain't happening in other sports across the globe, but it's happening in America.
Yeah, everywhere. Again, Nebraska is not special about this. It just it feels.
It ain't about taking care of the diehards anymore.
Nope.
It's about taking care of the money.
Nope.
Well, they dare I say, I go as far as saying, yeah, I'll say it. They don't care about the fans. The fans are a cash cow that they milk. There ain't service to the fans anymore. Things aren't happening for the good of the fans. And I know that's how they're going to sell that Memorial Stadium project.
They're going to sell this.
It's for the good of the fans. No, it's about you making more money.
Listen,
in the next 25, 30, 35 years.
You're selling comfort and convenience.
Yes.
Hey, comfortable seats, convenience.
Oh, and you're going to have to pay for that comfort and convenience.
Mm-hmm. Now, I sit here and tell you in all open honesty as one of those people. Okay. And I'm transparent about this. I am a donor to the University of Nebraska. And it still feels crazy to me in this environment. Because I want to be honest about that. I'm not sitting here going, well, I have 6 football tickets, 4 basketball tickets, 2 volleyball tickets. And we're playing that game as that guy, as that family right now. Right? It's insane the positioning you have to do to get to where you want to go. And in my case, I just want my same seats. I'm telling you right now, I'm not trying to upgrade my seats. I just want the same ones I've been sitting in forever. And it comes with a cost to have those seats. Yep. That's all. I don't need to be. Now, our football situation is different. I mean, in all open honesty, we're in the southwest corner. There's decisions to be made with that side coming down that you have to navigate. Volleyball, I just want my same seats. Comes with a cost. I want my same basketball seats. Basketball will end up coming with a cost down the road.
Yeah. And what does the university want? They want to squeeze every drop of juice out of the lemon that is your pocketbook. Every drop that they can, they're going to get out of there.
And sometimes you feel like they're playing with your loyalty.
Yeah.
They're playing with your fandomship loyalty.
Give till it hurts. That's what it is.
Yes. What are you willing? How far are you willing to go to still sit where you're sitting at? And that's my situation. Where you're at where I just want my same seats. So, folks, I'm being transparent with you. Just as I'm not sitting on a beer. Everybody's navigating this. And I think you said it at that point. At what level are you willing to go to keep your same seats?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Wow. But that's where we are in the world. It's just where we are.
In America.
And every university's going through it. Any kind of stadium project you see, any kind of reseat, this is what's happening.
Well, look,
it just feels crazy that it's at Nebraska because of the loyalty of Nebraska fans at every level. Because you hear the stories, 50 years, 60 years. They've been in my family for this many years. Does that happen at other universities? Probably, but not like here.
Well, I think the World Cup is a great example of this. I know folks don't want to talk soccer, but I'm going to do it anyway. The World Cup, have you seen prices for the World Cup this summer?
I have not.
Get in price for group stage games between Algeria and South Korea. We're only at $400. Get in price.
Is that only because, again, that relates it's on American soil.
It's on American soil, A, and B, the powers that be have learned that they'll make more money off of a half-full stadium with crazy ticket prices than a full stadium with reasonable ticket prices.
Insanity.
Is that good for the game? Absolutely not. Is that good for FIFA's pocketbooks? Yes,
sure.
It is. It's funny, whenever you look at what previous World Cups have been in different countries, it's not that, but they know American fans have become accustomed to this.
I
wanted to go to a World Cup game this summer. Financially, it makes no sense. $400 for a ticket. I got to travel to Kansas City or Dallas or Atlanta to go watch a game.
Got to get an overpriced hotel room.
Overpriced hotel room or Airbnb or whatever it may be.
Which everybody knows those will go.
Mm-hmm. Food and drinks and everything that's going to come along with it. That's going to be a $3,000 trip for me to go catch a World Cup game.
Mm-hmm. Overall,
financially, that makes no sense.
Overall, my biggest concern in this whole thing, and we'll take a break and do this day in sports, is the fans that are sitting in the seats aren't fans in those right prime spots to create an environment that you want and need at games.
Well,
that's my biggest
fear.
From
the perspective of the teams, the fans aren't fans. The fans are dollar signs.
Yes.
They are a number they're a number on a spreadsheet.
It's like the difference between going to a small university and a big university. They don't know your name, man. They know your number. They know what you donated.
Your number on a spreadsheet.
Yes. All right. We'll keep looking at that, man. It's just interesting talking points as we continue on. Let's take another break. As we go to break, GLUE, GLUE, 9 o'clock keyword. Text that word into 402-258-2800. When we come back, we'll do this day in sports. Good talk, real talk there, Elijah.
It's unfortunate, but it's the way of the world.
Like I said, I'm transparent. We're navigating the waters too. You know? And even what we're doing and even trying to do comes with a different price tag.
Yep.
And again, we are ones that do a donation. Been doing it for 20 years, whatever, longer, 25 years. And I won't give the numbers, but just the seats that I have at volleyball. And again, we do it's a PSL, right? What we did the past, 15 years, 20 years with volleyball to get the 2 seats, it's now almost triple to have those same 2 seats I've been sitting in forever. Now, that's the season ticket holder conversation, right? Like, is it worth doing that? To sit where I like to sit at.
One of the things that you look at European soccer that I like that they do is for the most part, and this is not everywhere, but for the most part in soccer, teams are run by a board, and there's a CEO, there's a head of the board that kind of has the final say, but you have a board of people below him that he meets with, and with a lot of soccer teams in Europe, one seat on that board is held by the fan trust.
Mm-hmm.
It's an elected position that the fans come together and they vote a fan to the board of trustees so that the voice of the fans is heard. Is the voice of the fans still easily overruled? Yes. But is the fan at least a part of the board so that the concerns of the common fan can be brought to light?
Not anymore. Not that. I like that.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist in American sports. And what does it turn into? $400 tickets.
It's an amazing situation. Yeah, I'm looking for a few.
We have 1:45 here on the clock.
Okay.
So just a few to stay in sports.
My goodness, everything's just blowing up on my phone.
We are coming back here.
Here we go. Welcome back to the morning hookup. Just a few moments left to hang out with you guys on a Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us. This day in sports, in 2022, the San Francisco 49ers selected Mr. Irrelevant. Who was it? Brock Purdy? Yeah, Brock Purdy was selected back in 2020 as Mr. Irrelevant. Now you're starting quarterback.
I think you could argue since Mr. Irrelevant has best Mr. Irrelevant.
I would, yes.
Back in 1921, while we're speaking of football here, the first American Professional Football Association championship game occurred. The undefeated Akron Pros win the inaugural title.
Wow.
1921.
Back in 1970 on this day, Major League Baseball Chicago Cubs Billy Williams, first National League player to appear in 1,000 consecutive games.
Well, speaking of consecutive game streak, how about 1939? Lou Gehrig sets the MLB record playing his 2,130th consecutive and final game for the New York Yankees.
Wow. Also, back in 1985, Dale Murphy should be in the Hall of Fame, drove in a record-tying 28th and 29th run in April. 29 RBIs in April. Also, happy birthday, Isaiah Thomas, former Detroit Pistons. Coming up, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, a whole lot more. Golf. Whew, well, that was intense. A little hour there, but thank you for hanging out with us. Refill the coffee, sit back, relax. We'll be right back.
There's a new kind of energy at Starbucks. When your day needs a reset, try the all-new energy refreshers. Strawberry acai, mango dragon fruit, or the all-new mango strawberry. The refreshers you love, now with extra caffeine. New energy refreshers only at Starbucks.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver from New Nordic, the delicious daily detox that will keep you feeling your best. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon or pick up some at your local CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Has your child swallowed your medicine, your laundry detergent, your nail polish remover? Call the Poison Helpline. Have you inhaled paint thinner, glue, pesticides? Call the Poison Helpline. Have a question about a dose, a fume, something your kid just drank? Call the Poison Helpline. Poisonings can happen at the home, on the job, or in the great outdoors. Call the Poison Helpline first for fast, free advice from medical professionals. Call 1-800-222-1222 anytime, anywhere. 1-800-222-1222. Save the number, save a life. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Broker Services, LLC. Member NYSE, SIPC.
The mission of Paralyzed Veterans of America is clear. Accessibility. Veterans who have served and sacrificed the best of themselves deserve access to the best our country has to offer. Access to meaningful employment. Access to the veterans' benefits they've earned. Accessible homes and vehicles. And access to every part of their communities. With PVA staff working inside VA hospitals, no other veterans organization has provided more real-time, ongoing support for paralyzed veterans and their families. PVA is proud to serve veterans across all branches, all generations, and all conflicts. Our nation's heroes fought for your independence. Join PVA in fighting for theirs at PVA.org.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3. Lincoln.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The stalemate in the Strait of Hormuz continues as Iran's supreme leader in a message says the regime is going to protect its nuclear program, which President Trump has said it must give up. The strait remains closed as the U.S. continues its blockade on Iran. ABC's Tom Soufi-Burge is in the region.
We are seeing a very small number of cargo vessels get through there. The Japanese said that one of their vessels got through yesterday. A Singapore-linked vessel, according to tracking data, also was allowed through by the Iranians and also by the U.S. through their blockades because it didn't breach the U.S. blockade. But, these are a very small number of vessels compared to what was, a critical, cargo point.
It's having a major impact on economic numbers. A key inflation gauge showed prices in the U.S. jumped to their highest point in 3 years, up 3.5% from a year ago. But at the same time, oil and gas prices continue to soar. AAA says U.S. drivers are paying an average of $4.23 a gallon.
I think it's killing me.
The thing I don't understand is how come it rises like 30 cents every time.
Having to choose between gas and food, and that's a very hard decision.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth speaking to a Senate committee this morning for the first time since the war began, one day after a hearing with the House Armed Services Committee. Americans are speaking about some of President Trump's plans to remake the Capitol, says ABC's Jim Ryan.
ABC News, The Washington Post, and Ipsos asked more than 2,500 American adults for their opinions on the new ballroom at the White House. President Trump's plans for a 250-foot arch outside Arlington National Cemetery, and about the idea of putting Trump's signature on U.S. currency. The survey found broad and bipartisan opposition to each of those ideas, 2-1 opposition to the plan for an arch.
Louisiana is suspending its primary elections next month to try to redraw congressional maps. You're listening to ABC News.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FAME25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FAME25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Rollout of new Medicaid requirements in Nebraska. Good morning. I'm Jeff Moats. Right now, mostly cloudy. We have 54 degrees at KFOR. Last fall, Governor Jim Pillen announced that Nebraska will become the first state to implement new work requirements in the Medicaid system under President Trump's new tax and policy package starting May 1st, which is tomorrow. Organizations like Nebraska Appleseed, American Cancer Society Action Network, and Families USA, though, have raised concerns about the immediacy of the rollout, especially now that it's happening when the Department of Health and Human Services website is scheduled to undergo maintenance beginning Friday night and brief outages that could happen over the weekend. It also could cause possible service interruption for Medicaid recipients and affect coverage for tens of thousands of Nebraskans. Federal law set a January 2027 deadline for all states to make the change to their Medicaid system. National Fentanyl Awareness Day was held Wednesday about the dangers of the synthetic opioid that is 50 to 100 times more potent than morphine. A dose smaller than a few grains of salt can be enough to cause a fatal overdose or poisoning. Lincoln-Lancaster County Health Department Director Carrie Kernan says Narcan is a way to safe, also have a life-saving medication that can reverse an opioid overdose or poisoning.
Lincoln residents can access Narcan free of charge through the health department's Health to Go vending machines available at 5 locations across the city. And you can find this information at lincoln.ne.gov/health-to-go.
And also you can find participating pharmacies across Nebraska taking part in offering free Narcan. The free Project No Street block parties tonight from 6 to 10:30 at 14th and O. There will be live music from AM/FM and the Church of Blues. It's to coincide with the improvements happening with Project O Street.
Shutting down that block so that people can enjoy time together.
That's Mayor Larry and Gaylor Barrett on Lincoln's Morning News on KFOR last week. O Street is closed between 13th and 16th until 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Partly sunny today and a high of 62. I'm Jeff Moats, KFOR News.
Your chance at winning $1,000 is happening right now at Lincoln's KFOR. Just enter this winning word by texting it to 402-258-2800 and you could be our next 1K a day winner. Here is this hour's winning word.
Hello. Hello.
$1,000 from Lincoln's KFOR.
It's easy to connect with nature right in your own backyard with the help from the Wild Bird Habitat stores. May is officially Nebraska Bird Month and a great time to set up a bird feeder, install a bird bath, or hang a birdhouse and enjoy nature. Learn more online at Nebraska Bird Month or stop by the Wild Bird Habitat in Alamo Plaza, 56 and Nebraska Parkway, or north at 4900 Dudley Street.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
The original.
Got game by the pound. Welcome back to the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Out of my mind. Wow. I just saw this as we've been talking hoops and Husker stuff out on On3. Not a paid article for HuskerOnline.com, but you should if you get a chance. Always guys check them out. Again, we talked yesterday about the 76-team field coming out. James Fletcher III went out to get upon himself to put out the way too early bracket for 76 teams for the next year. I'd take it. 6 seed Nebraska against an 11 seed Pittsburgh or Cincinnati and Omaha.
I'd take it, but maybe I'm spoiled here. 6 seed feels low.
It does.
I liked this portal window.
Where are you at, bro?
I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think Nebraska's a 1 seed next year. But, man, hey, this Husker team, they feel to me to be top 20 in the country, which would at least be a 5 or higher. Am I crazy in that? I like this roster construction. Hey, last I checked, your best player, Price Sanford's still here.
I think it's and you got an up and coming rookie of the year,
Braden Frager. Sam Orm, I think, is dangerous. But we'll see what the development looks like for Leo. But if you have a 7'3", true Big Ten center in there, which you could have with Leo, is he 7'3", 7'2", somewhere in there?
He's big.
That could be completely unlike anything Nebraska's had in their time in the Big Ten, having a true big man down low that can hold his own. The potential is there for this team.
Here's what I would say. I think this is the way of the world in being a team like Nebraska. Nobody knows what and who you are ever because of your portal. You're deeply dependent on the portal most years, right? There's no assessment. For instance, we didn't know this team last year. Your preseason, the way you look, your portal additions, you're 14th in the Big Ten preseason. They don't know, right? You're not looked at in the portal cycle or the recruiting cycle as a known commodity. We feel, we're like, man, look at the fit. Look at these pieces. Speaking of that, when is Rusting coming to town? When's he putting the credit card? Well, come on, man.
This is bar tab.
We're getting into May.
I might tweet at him.
Tweet at him. It's May, bro. Weather's turning. We'll be hosting some regional baseball coming up. What a day. Hey, you want to come and check out regional? Why don't you look at that, John? Nebraska hosting regional baseball and a bar tab at some lucky bar. It sounds perfect to me. What do you think?
I'd be there.
No, is that one of those moments, no matter what you got going on, somehow get out of what you got?
Sorry, boss.
Kid's got a baseball. Sorry. You got a coach. No, not today.
I don't know what happened, but at some point between last night and today, I've developed a cough and a sore throat. I got the sniffles.
That's why I wish John would announce his date at least so we can get ahead of this thing. It's like every week I tell my kid, I'm not picking you up on Wednesday, man. I play golf on Wednesdays. I can't pick you up.
You're walking, bud.
It's
a long walk.
I don't know how you're going to get home, but somebody we'll take care of you.
I'll call you an Uber.
Whatever it takes, man. But I can't not help. John, just let us know. Right? Okay? It'd be very helpful for all of us. Let's take a look at some baseball. I haven't talked baseball, Major League Baseball in a while. Just kind of take not a deep dive. Just look at the standings where we're at. We're about 30-something games in so far. Some teams, some separation starting to happen. The flip-flop of things are going on. The Yankees right now carried a 1.5 lead out in the East right now. They're winners of 8 of their last 10. Tampa Bay on a little run, 6 of their last 4. Toronto's starting to play a little bit better. They're 7 out of their last 10. they've got some wins there, but Boston's still down on the struggle bus there at 12-19. Do you get to a point in May? I know it's a long season. It's a long season. But in baseball, it feels like sometimes you are who you are at a certain point.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that with Boston, doesn't it?
Yeah,
there's no coming out of where you are.
They feel, and I might even be generous to them, because where they are is they're the bottom of the AL East. I don't think they're a bottom of the East AL East team, but I do think they've shown us they're not even close to a playoff team.
No, I think it's interesting when you look at I look at CBS and they have a postseason percentage number. I think they're confused too a little bit, because obviously right now they've got the Yankees 98%, Tampa Bay 75% of making the postseason. You look at the other three teams, 26, 35, 30. They're like, which one of you teams are going to show up and start playing some baseball and maybe make a chance? But I agree with you on that. The Central right now, that is an ugly, ugly division of baseball. Right now, the leader right now, the 16-16 Guardians, winners of one straight. These teams, my goodness, they've lost 6 out of 10. Detroit in second place, they've lost 6 out of 10. The White Sox are the hottest team in the division. They won 3 straight games.
Let it be known. And this is the crazy stat for you. If the Rockies were in the AL Central, they'd be a game and a half out of first place. The Rockies are better this year.
They are. They're improved.
The Rockies are much improved. They might have a season this year where they're finishing close to 500.
These two divisions, these AL Central and AL West, are competing for the ugliest looking views right now.
I thought the A's were going to be a lot better than this.
16, they're leading the division.
I thought the Mariners were going to be a lot better than this.
Yeah, I think the Mariners have shown promise. They're the one team they've shown promise. When you look at the A's right now, they are leading at 16-14. Seattle, 16-16 right now. Their winners 7 out of 10. Still a 78% chance to make the playoffs. The Rangers sitting there 15-16. And I think, is it surprising that the Astros are as bad as they are? Just a little bit, just based on the name. They're 11-19.
Yes and no.
They're 11-19.
They've shown themselves to be a team, though, that's falling over the past 3 seasons or so. Now they've fallen off a bit of a cliff this year, but I don't know. As you look at the AL, and I think part of it is what you just said with what we talked about with the Red Sox, but I think once you get into May, there is the time you can't panic through late March and through April.
No.
Once you get into May, there is the time of like, all right, we've shown what we are. We've shown what we are. It's time to start panicking. Which teams in the AL do you think it's panic time? I have 3 teams circled.
I think there's 2 in the East. If you want right now, I think the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, yes.
Yep.
Because those teams are not showing a lot of promise at all.
I agree with both. Third team I'll put in there is the Royals.
Oh, yeah. But they're such an odd team. They look like they've never played baseball before at times, like an 11U baseball team not making routine plays. Then they win. They went through a stretch. They won some games.
Yeah.
Like, man, they're good. Zero identity on the baseball team. But I would agree with you on
that's
that.
why I think it's panic time.
Yep.
Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Royals, I think permission to panic. Depending on what you thought your expectations were for the Astros this year, you might be in that permission to panic time, but also are you panicking if you thought this was going to be bottom of the division is worse than I thought for the Astros,
Yeah,
but
I just think the AL is weak overall as a whole group when you look at it, because when you flip the script over here and go to the NL.
I mean, there's only, I think, 1, maybe 2 teams that it's panic time in the AL or in the NL.
Yeah. Well, also look at this. We've looked at this before on the NBA side. Who wins? Who has the potential in the AL to win the World Series?
Just the Yankees.
Done. Right? You're looking at one team that you go, all right, that team can win the World Series out of the AL. That's insane. That's, to me, like the East Division in NBA. There aren't many teams in the East that can win the NBA championship.
Hey, good win for the Pistons last night.
Good one. Thank God.
Needed it.
On the AL side, boy, Braves setting the tone. 22-9 right now. Winners 8 of their last 10. They're on pace for like 90-something wins now. 22-9, 7 games up on the Marlins. But Braves are only team in that division that are over 500 by a long shot. So, and again, they're not even fully healthy yet. They're hitting the ball a lot. Also, Acuna not playing well from his normal type season that you become accustomed to.
But they haven't played the Rockies yet, Hugsy.
Which will probably stunt the growth.
That's coming this weekend.
Yeah. Is it this weekend?
Uh-huh.
Chalk it up. I was kidding. The Central's a really interesting division. Boy, top to bottom, everybody in the division over 500. That's not something you say a lot in the NL Central. Cincinnati's setting the tone right now. Well, close, 19-11. Cubs right there, 19-12. Both of those teams winners 7 out of 10 games right now. St. Louis, who is really early struggles, 17-13. Milwaukee, 15-14. Pittsburgh at the bottom at 16-15.
I'm gonna be honest. Big surprise to me here is the Cardinals.
Absolutely, I thought they were trash.
Well, I did coming into the season. I didn't think they were very good. And the way they started the season, I thought confirmed my suspicions. They're 4 games above 500. Only 2 games out of first.
Yeah, they don't look bad.
Good for them. Pirates.
And by the way, in that division, by the way, they have the least amount of odds to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
15.6%.
I was gonna say, I look at the division. I could see any team but the Cardinals winning that NL Central still.
Yeah.
I still think the Brewers and Pirates have some talent. If I were to power rank who I think wins the division, I got Cubs at 1. I got Reds at 2. Brewers at 3. Pretty wide gap. And then Pirates at 4. And then finally, I'll put the Cardinals in the basement at 5.
Agree. Out in the West, I think there's some interesting stuff in the West.
Stop the count. The Rockies are not in the basement of the NLS.
How long? But this is like the golfers being how many weeks at number 1? This is how many weeks not at the bottom for the Rockies this year.
I wonder when what time? How am I going to phrase this? What season was the last time the Rockies in the month of May were not in the basement of the division?
You have a device.
It's got to be multiple seasons.
When was the last time the Rockies weren't in last place in their division
in the month of May? I bet you it's been at least 4 seasons.
Maybe just you got tired of being in the dusty basement.
Their pitching staff for playing at Coors Field, their pitching staff is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what they do? They've reworked themselves. The special thing that they do is they have more guys out of their bullpen that throw triple digits than any other team in the league. So if you want to talk about the development of baseball and how things have changed, the Rockies have one of the better bullpens, which is shocking, in Major League Baseball right now. And they do it because they have more guys than any other team that throw 100 miles an hour out of that bullpen.
Isn't that amazing? That's the trigger. You throw 100, you're pretty good. And how hard it is to hit a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. So lots going on there. There are some guys having some really good seasons too.
Team ERA for the Rockies right now is a 4.12.
By the way, that seems above average for a team. Who sets the tone as the leader?
It's a couple of your starters.
But who's like the team wise? Like who is? I feel like 4 is like a solid number from a staff perspective.
You got Sagano, starter. He's only 2.84 ERA across 31.2 innings pitched this year. You have Chase Dolander, who they have kind of moved into a high leverage bullpen role, and he started a game as well, but he's got a 2.25 ERA across 32 innings pitched.
Some good seasons.
Yeah.
And some really good pitchers having some good seasons right now. Jose Soriano for the Angels right now.
Well, one more thing to note here with this Rockies team. The last time they had a team ERA sub 4.5, which again, you're playing at Coors. This is a note here. Last time you had a team ERA sub 4.5 across the season was 2018. You had a 4.33 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, you had to go back to 2013. So in the last 15 years, the Rockies have had 2 seasons with the team ERA sub 4.5, and right now it's a 4.12, which if that result holds would be the lowest team ERA in team history.
Things are looking up.
That's what's different about the Rockies this year. You asked the question why they're not in the basement. That's why they're not in the basement.
Where does it start at in every game? On the bump.
And where do the Rockies always struggle?
The bump.
Because they play at altitude and pitchers don't want to pitch there.
Yes.
I think this year's kind of proven, hey, maybe that thought is a little bit antiquated.
Looking at just some stats, some guys having some really good years. And now we're not an MVP watch, but there are some MVP type seasons happening right now. We talked about Houston. Look at Alvarez right now, what he's doing from a stat perspective, hitting 355. He has 11 home runs, 39 hits. His own base is .463. That leads the league, by the way. His hits lead the league, by the way. Slugging 736. That leads the league from a bottom team. Also, by the way, his OBS is 1.199. Off to a stellar start in his young season right now out there. Boy, you look at some of those ERA guys I just mentioned. Some dudes having some stud seasons so far. And again, not going to innings and things, but Soriano for the Angels, 0.84. My goodness.
But more impressive, I think, is Cam Schlittler.
Yes. And we remember him last year coming in a late season add-on, right? Postseason or late season?
Late season.
Add-on, having a great start in his first time at Yankee Stadium, 1.51.
Have you ever seen there's this video going around within the last week of him pitching at high A a couple years ago?
Mm-hmm.
He has completely changed his mechanics since he was at high A. He was thrown in like the low 90s, topping out at like 91, 92. His mechanics looked janky, didn't look like a pro player. He has reworked everything, and it's totally changed his game.
Well, I would say it's panning out right now, 1.51. Nick Martinez, 1.7. You got a lot of guys having good seasons, and you pair that Mason Miller, by the way, 10 saves.
Mm-hmm. On the batting side of things, got a potentially fun home run race.
It's heated up.
Judges at 12, and then newcomer of the year, Murakami from the White Sox, got 12. Alvarez, we talked about him. He's got 11. And love this. Mike Trout's got 10.
I'm so happy.
He also kind of reworked his stride in his hit or in his swing. And it's allowed him in his eyes to get better contact on the ball. The little tappy step that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of rocking back and then rocking forward. It's been working for him.
He's so fun. I got to see him hit one while we were in Houston. So CBS put out, by the way, just I want to piggyback your conversation about pitching a little bit. 10 most pleasant surprises right now in baseball when you look at it. We mentioned Soriano right now, by the way, 0.84 ERA, 42 and a 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 49 strikeouts. Off to a great start. Chase Dolander.
Yeah.
They put him in here, 2.25. You mentioned that. 32 innings, only 9 walks and 39 strikeouts. Pleasant surprise. They also
because he's only a second-year player.
Yep.
From a major league standpoint. He was rookie last year. He's pitching well this year.
Yeah, good Trout. They also put Mike Trout in here. You mentioned Mike Trout, only hitting about 250, 10 home runs, 20 RBI. Does have 5 stolen bases. Ben Rice from the Yankees, hitting 327, 10 bombs, 23 RBIs as well out there. A lot of great stories as we start moving down through some of those out there. Tell you what, you can tell right now in baseball with a few of those franchises that have high expectations. If you don't get it together and you don't win, they're going to get rid of you. Obviously, you go back to Boston, pretty much overhauling their entire coach, manager, everything there. You look at Rob Thompson with the Phillies now, but Don Mattingly taking over, I believe, in Philadelphia right now. Does that switch things up for those guys? As well. So there's a lot of good baseball going on out there. I was looking to see if there's any good series coming up this weekend.
Braves, Rockies.
Yeah. Any good series? No, I was kidding. They'll probably get swept. Division series, Baltimore and the Yankees will play each other. How about a couple of cellar dwellers if you're feeling like who's going to get right in this series? Houston and Boston. You said Atlanta. Well, that's is that in Denver?
Yeah, it's in Denver.
What are we doing?
Hey, go enjoy some beers at Coors.
I want to go back and look at that again. What's the interesting when those teams go? The get-in price tomorrow night. We've got $21.96. The get-in price.
Best deal in baseball. It's cheaper to get into a Rockies game than a Nebraska regional baseball game.
It makes it, some of these make you go, huh? There's 2, there's 3. Everything's in that range, by the way, for the series. By the way, if you want to go to a Phillies Marlins game, get in price. It'll cost you about the same amount. You can take the same amount of money to the Masters as you can to this, $9.60. The get in price in Miami.
See the guys that went viral on social media a couple days ago because they were bringing spaghetti into baseball games?
What? No.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I think it was Milwaukee. You can bring food in there. So they were bringing in bags of spaghetti and eating spaghetti up
All
in the
right.
upper deck.
Tell me how these ticket prices make sense when you look at it. I'll let you justify it. Houston and Boston. Maybe it's just because it's Boston. Get in price $42.
Houston sucks, though.
Well, they both do.
Yeah.
Also, Cleveland.
Was that in Houston or is that in Boston?
Boston. That's probably why.
Okay. Yeah.
Houston and Oakland, or not Oakland, the Athletics. $48. Get in. And to round it out, White Sox, Padres in San Diego, $41. But the cheapest ticket, if you're out and about, you could get in Marlins game for $9.60. And they're playing the Phillies.
That's a good deal.
Hell of a deal. Just a good $20 bill. And you can get in and take a peek at some baseball. So, all right. Did you hear Smitty, by the way, say the word low when he came on?
No.
He spelled it out. L-O. Like, we always go back to saying those keywords. I love Schmitty, man. Taking that, taking one for the team to say those keywords is a tall task. And I'm sure as we're winding down the contest tomorrow, you have 6 more chances after the show, but then you have one more day. I've done those words. At this point, you see the word low, and you're like, oh my gosh, L-O-W. I am so low. But you can text the keyword L-O-W, low, in a 402-258-2800 for a chance to win $1,000. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Let's look at NBA and NHL when we return. He just sounded like he's like L-O-W. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Jeff. Jeff said I was more hesitant this year to renew tickets for football. ROI isn't there. An interesting situation. Oh, my kid got me doing last night. I haven't really done this before. It's not my cup of tea in the movie world. Again, this one's probably more about spending time with your kid. Watching Star Wars in the right order. Number 6. In the right order.
What's the right order?
I don't know. It's on a piece of paper at home. He reached out. He researched it. We're doing it in the right order. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8.
The order of release?
Yes.
There's multiple different ways.
Is that it? 4, 5, 6.
You can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or you can go. What is it?
4,
5, 6,
1, 2,
8.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 7.
That's what we're doing. Whatever that order is, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Where it's like
I think
the
it's
actual chronological order.
Yes, that's what we're doing. I think it's awesome, by the way. I encourage you, if you are out there and you have kids and you want to do this stuff, again, it's a lot of great time with my kid. But to have them watch an older movie and nonstop go, how did you guys watch this? This bad cinematography and it's bad
It's better back then. It's on a real film.
I know, but it felt like to them,
it's not CGI slop.
It's like the one we watched the first one, number 4, whatever, last night, and they got Skywalker gets in the hovercraft. He's like, come on, this was the 70s, Dad. I don't know. They made it work.
That was the height. Well, also, you should note with number 4, they did that movie like a tiny budget.
Yeah.
It did get better in 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah. I just think it's encouraging, like, when you get a chance. Like, look, this is what your mom and dad watched on a
Next movie series, you got to show them Lord of the Rings next. The extended edition.
Yeah, it's going to have to get me. That's I'm already on the edge of my, what am I trying to say? Yeah, my.
Sit down and watch a movie for hours.
I'm not a sci-fi type guy.
Lord of the Rings isn't sci-fi.
Well, you know what I mean? Like that world of like, it's not me. I'll give it. He said, Shane said, I watched Miss Doubtfire with my 4-year-old and she couldn't understand why Matilda was in them. You ever watch that? I also go back and watch movies that we watch as kids. You're like, oh my gosh. The stuff they say in those movies could be like rated R.
The worst one, now looking back, Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh,
bad.
How about Police Academy?
You're bad. Coming back here.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. Boy, tell you what, you look ahead, we're getting some beautiful weather right now. I don't know if yesterday we did 65. I played yesterday, and it felt like 100. No wind. Man, it was a beautiful day. You get you're in Nebraska, by the way, when you get in those weathers, it's just beautiful, and then you get, like, frost alert. Almost May, we're getting frost. Also, we were having a little fun during the stream. If you guys get a chance, you wanna hang out with us during the stream, you can go to YouTube and go subscribe to The Morning Hookup. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, all X, all the fun stuff. But movies, I started, as a parent, being, again, I always say first-time parent because I'm first time with a 19-year-old. First time, you get there, like, figuring out hangout time with kids. Because, they develop their own lives. My 19-year-old, she's got her own thing going on. Our time with her is at dinner time because she's hungry. But my 15-year-old, it's like a connection piece where he's a golfer, but he's all of a sudden got interest in movies and in series. So he said, "Hey, Dad, you want to watch the Star Wars series with me?" And it's all about spending time. Because as parents of teenagers out there, you know that the typical teenager doesn't want to hang out with you, especially outside and be seen. But we just watched the first quote Star Wars. I think it's number 4 in chronological order. But we were talking about like the cinematography, low budget, right? But then we got into talking about movies that you watch as a kid. They're like, how did my parents allow me to watch this? I think Mrs. Doubtfire, Shane said he watched it. How? There's parts of that movie. Police Academy. Yikes.
Yeah. Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah.
Not a great one. My dad let me watch Porky's way too young.
Oh, yes.
Hilarious movie. Let it be known.
Oh, my goodness.
Terrible movie, though.
Oh, my goodness. He exposed you early.
Yeah.
That's good parenting.
I think I was like 6th grade.
What? My kids, I just let them watch. I think it was last year. Maybe again, they're probably watching already. Major League.
Yeah.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Some of those things that Bob Uecker says.
I mean, just the hand signals early in the movie. Dad, what's he doing? I don't know, man. Fast forward.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine, bud.
Shane's cool.
But another thing I said during the stream here, Hooksy, I'm telling you, you got to show him Lord of the Rings.
Okay, we'll put it on the.
You're not going to show it to him, and it's okay. But
I know
the greatest movie series ever created.
I got 2 things in my middle kid right now. I get to go play golf with him and watch movies.
Actually, I'll go as far as say Lord of the Rings, greatest story ever told.
Okay,
I'll go that far. By story, I'm like the acts of fiction. Lord of the Rings, greatest story ever told.
Believe you. I can't remember which one. One of my people in my house read the books. Probably my wife. She always reads books. Speaking of stories being told, the NBA continues. Last night, Pistons big win, man. Starved off, fended off elimination last night, getting a big time performance from a couple of those guys, Cade Cunningham and Banchero. My goodness, what a duel last night. 45-9-7 for Banchero, 45-4-5 for Cade Cunningham. Big win. They shift this thing back to goes back to Orlando now.
Back to Orlando.
Big one. In that one, Cavs, they get it done. They take not control. They take the advantage now, 125-120. The big one in Cleveland last night. Mobley had a good night, 23-9-1, 25-12. I think the one everybody paid attention to last night, could the Lakers eliminate the Rockets at home? No, they could not.
That was a surprising result.
Second quarter was a lot. Now, I think there's a lot to be here. I kind of caught a glimpse of this one a little bit. Big fourth quarter for the Rockets. They had a big fourth quarter lead going in this thing, by the way. It was up towards 14 or 15. Lakers did come back trying to make it a game. LeBron looks tired.
LeBron looks tired, and what help does he have on that team?
None right
Would
now.
you like to guess the second leading scorer for the Lakers last night?
I don't.
Mine was number one.
I know it was because I saw the stats this morning, and he had a great game. Ayton
was third, actually.
Was he third? Did you see his game last night?
Yeah, he had a great game.
18
9
and
of 14,
17?
18.17 boards.
Who was it then?
Austin Reeves, who, listen to his efficiency stats here. 22 points on 4 of 16 shooting.
Yikes.
2 of 8 from behind the arc.
No bueno.
He was -5 on the night. Another name that needs to step up if the Lakers want to eliminate the Rockets, Luke Kennard. He last night finished 0 for 4 and 0 for 2 from behind the three-point line. Which is 1 point. 1 point for Luke Kennard. That's just not going to fly against this Rockets team. And the Rockets team, their scorers don't stand out to you either. You know the leading scorer? Jabari Smith, 22 points. Sengun had 14. Amen Thompson had 15, but Amen Thompson 4 of 14 shooting in 46 minutes of play.
Mm-hmm. Which also, by the way, a game that neither team got to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Tells you about efficiency nights, doesn't it?
And it's both these teams are trying to do it without their best player. No, it's no KD for the Rockets. There's no Luka for the Lakers. The longer the series goes on,
I think KD's already been deemed out for Game 6 too. By the way, KD is already out for Game 6 at this one so far. Tonight, there's elimination night possible for all 3 of these games.
I would go as far as say I think only one team gets eliminated tonight.
Okay, Knicks will head to Atlanta, 2.5-point favorites in that one. That is 3-2 Knicks. 3-2 Celtics. Celtics head to Philly, 6.5-point favorites. And then the nightcap, which you're going to be up for, I bet, tonight, because it's a big one. Nuggets, T-Wolves tonight. 6.5-point favorite Nuggets.
The Nuggets got a big win. T-Wolves remain without Anthony Edwards.
I don't think he's playing. He's done for this series.
Yeah.
I think they said that was multiple weeks that got reported because it's a hyperextension and a bone bruise.
Yep.
Bone bruise is really bad because
bone bruise kept Jokic out for almost 2 months earlier this year.
And that's what KD's dealing with too.
The T-Wolves, they also don't have DiVincenzo tore his Achilles. He's out for the season. How I see it tonight, I think the Hawks stay alive. I think the Nuggets stay alive. I think the Celtics eliminate the Sixers. That's how I see things going tonight.
I could get down with that. The Knicks are a unique team. Really good at home, not really good on the road. When you look at them with that one, but I can see that. I can agree. I think the Celtics are going to blow the Sixers out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I could see a big time because the way they've been playing the Celtics all night, that was a fourth quarter blunder. 14 straight misses. Not a team that typically, no NBA team typically misses 14 straight deals. They were 11 of 29 from 3 the other night. Don't anticipate that tonight. At some point in games, basketball, football, whatever, sometimes you just don't have enough by the elimination of stars.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Minnesota is. I don't think there's enough there of stars, of firepower to keep up with the Nuggets. Like this could be one of those games where Randall and Reed both have phenomenal games and they still lose by 10.
Yep. The thing I said when the series started, and I'll reiterate, I don't want to say I never lost confidence. There was a slight moment where I was like, I don't know. How the Nuggets won Game 5? Once the Nuggets took Game 5, this is a series that is going 7. What happens in a Game 7? Your guess is as good as mine. But this just feels like a series that's going to come back to Denver, and we're going to have a Game 7. That's how the Timberwolves and the Nuggets go. That's how those series always go. Nuggets got a little more confidence based on what they did in Game 5. The T-Wolves are going to be searching. How do you go win a game without Anthony Edwards? To be determined. It clearly showed in Game 5 they didn't have any answers. What do they do in Game 6? I don't know. I think they'll search for some things. I think the Nuggets get it done. I think we get a Game 7 in Denver.
You just feel like in that series, when you got one of the best players on the planet, he'll refuse to let that team lose.
Yeah.
Switching gears to the ice now, a couple series that took some advantages last night. The Canadiens got it done last night, 3-2, a goal in each of those. They took it to the Lightning. They're up 3-2 in that series now. One series did come to an end last night.
That was a fun one. That was the game I was locked in on. Was
overtime
Philly
goal.
and Pittsburgh.
Overtime goal. I
say it was a fun game. It was a tense game.
Yes.
Low scoring, tense. That's what made it fun.
This will be a series you'll look back and go, yeah, it was done in 4-2. it was a lot closer than that 4-2 situation had, but the Flyers will move on. Boy, in a barrage of goals in the nightcap last night, the Golden Knights out of Vegas prevail in overtime.
Double overtime. A game I did not stay up for.
5-4 Golden Knights as they get it done out in Vegas, and they'll shift that. They're up 3-2. Today in the hockey world, a series that's been really stinking good. Stars Wild. You've already thought what was going to happen in the Minnesota world of sports. This one, Stars head out there. The Wild are favored tonight, -120 in this one. And then you'll get the Oilers and the Ducks as the Ducks hold a 3-2 lead out in Anaheim right now.
There are some interesting numbers here. The Stars and the Wild has been the most watched series in the playoffs so far. Their first game had 1.94 million viewers, which is better than any other game. Pretty much all of their games have been the most watched games of the postseason. But there's some interesting viewership numbers on the Stanley Cup playoffs that I came across last night. Through Sunday, the Stanley Cup playoffs are averaging 1.143 million viewers per game, which is the best start to the Stanley Cup playoffs on record.
Wow.
That's up 83% from this point in the playoffs last year.
83% up.
Yeah, and that's up 43% from the viewership numbers at this point in 2024, which 2024 was the second most watched playoffs ever on the Stanley Cup side of things. This Stanley Cup playoffs is blowing both of the last two out of the water. There's an interesting
I wonder what the take is.
There's an interesting trend in hockey right now. The take is the NBA and the playoffs are becoming less and less watchable, and people are searching for something else. But the interesting statistic with hockey is it's one of the few sports right now where the average viewership is going up. So they're generating more fans, they're getting more viewers in, and the average age of the viewer is dropping just slightly. There's not many sports like that right now.
Hockey, to me, from the average take, this is me, average guy take. Basketball in general, NBA especially, I can watch it, turn it for a while, come back, and get the same experience. Or else, you know what? I'll just watch the fourth. Hockey's a sport. When you're in there, you're in there. I don't think you can turn your head for any moment.
Nope.
And it's exciting.
Well,
I've watched, again, I'm not a first-time hockey watcher, right? But I'm thinking last night, the other night, my kids and I just watched the third period. I'm like, I got to go to the bathroom, but I can't go.
Got to wait for a commercial break.
When they stopping? Because you just don't know.
Yeah.
It's intense. They're flying back and forth.
Then
their athletic is all get out.
The style of play that so many teams are incorporating now is more watchable than it was 10 years ago as well. That's what we talked about with Dane Todd on Monday about how the analytics revolution in hockey. So many sports, the analytics revolution has made things less watchable. With the NBA and the three-point shot, how it's just teams live by the three, die by the three. You look at baseball where you're getting lower and lower averages because analytics-wise, baseball has learned, first off, getting on base is the most important thing. And secondly, from a pitching point of view, they've learned the harder you throw, the less other teams get on base. So you're getting less offense in the sport of baseball. And that's one of the reasons why they go with the pace of play and the pitch clock. But those analytics have made those sports slightly less watchable than they were before. Analytics has made hockey more watchable because some of the more boring styles, the dump and chase, forecheck, get down the offensive zone, try to win the puck, that's kind of falling out of favor in hockey. You see it, but you see it less, which has made the game more watchable.
I also want to say, just knowing just enough, the younger group of hockey players greater than some of the younger group of NBA basketball players as a whole.
Learn the names.
Like, if that makes sense.
Macklin Celebrini, Connor Bedard. Those two names will be big in hockey for a long, long time to come. Neither of them have played in the playoffs just yet, but they're both close. Celebrini and the Sharks should be there next year, considering they have, I think, the youngest team in hockey, and they were right on the edge this year. That Sharks team is going to be a lot of fun for a lot of time. They kind of tanked for a couple of years. They were bad. They got some top picks, and they did them right. They have 3 different stars under the age of 21 that are going to be really long time stars. So love what hockey's putting together. It's
a watchable sport.
There is good reason that their viewership numbers are up. Part of that is because I think the NBA has become less watchable. Part of that is just because the game of hockey has been so fun recently. And the parity you have across the NHL side, the Avs are kind of a tier above right now, but everyone else,
but still,
so much good parity.
It's a lot. It's again, it's a very watchable sport. So, all right, let's take our final break. As we go to break, LOW. Text that word into 402-258-2800 for a chance to win $1,000. Sponsored by Liberty First Credit Union. When we come back, it'll be stories that we missed. Here is this keyword. Low. Well, he's at that point. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm doing this."
Oh, it's a great point from Shane here, by the way, in the stream chat. He says he thinks USA winning gold at the Olympics help people get on board too.
That's a great point. Kind of didn't make that relationship. Good point. Good point, Shane. Well. Stories that we miss. Boy, I tell you what, playing yesterday, we might have played the best time that you could ever play the Highlands. But as low winds there were, oh boy.
And cool as well.
Cool. Oh, I had pants on, golf pants, and like a little thin hoodie. We all eventually came out of it.
Yep.
You know?
I just sent you that tweet I was talking about earlier with the spaghetti.
I'm going to watch. This is crazy. Look, the guy's got a full out like bowl at my house. How are they getting it in there?
Apparently you can bring food in there.
We understand the spaghetti policy.
Apparently up in Milwaukee, you're allowed to bring in your own food.
That guy full of meatballs. Look at that. They have like baggies. It's all individually, like there's the toast.
Yep.
They have noodles. Like these guys are so happy.
All those guys, by the way, look exactly like the type of guy that you would think would bring spaghetti into a baseball game. Every single one of them looks exactly like the type.
That's incredible. Oh, no, they fit the bill for sure.
Look at the guy with like the handlebar.
Oh,
the white
this
beater.
guy with the white beater on is like, yeah. Who forgot the Parmesan? You think they got us some cheese? Is there a random guy down there that they gave spaghetti to?
That's what I was wondering about. One guy didn't look like he was part of the crew.
No, but did they like bring him a bowl? Or is he sipping on a cocktail? That's really cool, actually. I'm down for that. I love this kind of stuff. That sent me a kid that I helped coach in the pitching world. He sent me an old Facebook reel and said, "Need to smell these mechanics." This is back when he was like 6 years old.
6, Brooks Vlieger.
Oh, he had the left arm tuck.
All right, we are coming back here.
Welcome back in the morning. Hookup. A few moments left on a beautiful Thursday. Thanks for hanging out with us. As we said, I know we didn't have Coach today, but we'll have Coach Fred Hoiberg next Wednesday. Okay. Next Wednesday, he'll be back. He did make a great point when we were going back and forth. And it was funny because I was on a string with T. And Coach didn't really say it, but he said it. I'll read it. Just I want to get it right. We were going back. He said, let's push to next week. That way I should be able to talk about our new guys.
A little bit. You say that with a side eye towards T. Oh, I should be able to talk about our new guys.
Yeah. Well, you're getting word now because you're seeing them come across officially in. Orm, the Cap Key has signed. Who was the other one that signed?
Linhart signed.
Yes. Now they're officially be able to be talked about.
And I wonder if he thinks that there's a good chance this SDSU kid could sign as well.
That's
Well, both SDSU kids, because I don't think you've had the official signing from the dude from San Diego State, right?
I don't believe so.
And then maybe a kid from South Dakota State.
Yeah.
Anyway, while you look into that.
All right. Stories that we missed.
The stories we missed. The morning hookup.
Oh, boy. The golf world's about to be turned upside down this year. Live Golf. They have PIF funding, which that's the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund, is going to fund them for the rest of this year. They have no desire or plans going forward to fund that golf. There's all the reports now that they might be postponing a tournament down in New Orleans. I think it's in June, citing some other stuff, but it looks like that. They're also, by the way, PIF chairman Yasir, a Live Golf founder, stepped down from his role as the league's chairman on the board on Wednesday. Parts are starting to fall apart. Now they're saying they're seeking long-term financial stability, but we don't know what happens there. Losses have been estimated at $500 to $600 million each year. Some point you got a lot of money, but it's losing money is losing money at that point. Now the biggest question is what happens to the defectors that went from PGA to Live? Two names will pop really hard at you. It's Bryson DeChambeau, Jon Rahm. Those are the two. And what that means for the PGA Tour, I think it's going to be really tough for them this round. Brooks Koepka, as the PGA commissioner, said Brooks made a call and said, hey, Patrick Reed made a call. I'm out of contract. Hey, they took their punishment and they're making their way back.
Well, the difference between coming back with grace and coming back with palms extended saying, please let me back. I know I took all that money before. You know, there's a different feel when it's like, well, that other thing fell apart completely. And now I need anything I can get, as opposed to a guy being like, I'm out of my contract. I don't want to re-sign with those guys. I've realized my mistake. The folks that are still under contract, have you realized your mistake?
Yep. Also, by the way, not to forget, it's been a while, but Bryson DeChambeau was part of a group that filed an antitrust lawsuit against PGA. Gone but not forgotten. Those type of things. So something to watch. It will be the deal in this one is when you talk about leverage, you know who's holding those cards? The PGA Tour.
I got a great story here about Brendan Sorsby. Hooks, I know we've talked about him this week. This comes from our friend Matt Schick. He brought light to this as he pulled up and took a screenshot of a CBS article discussing the Sorsby situation. I'll just read it to you here in full. We have some time to do it, so I will. The story goes like this. Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby is away from the team indefinitely after entering a gambling addiction program, which threatens his status for the upcoming season as the Red Raiders' prized possession from the 2026 transfer portal cycle. Ready for this? Paragraph 2. Texas Tech was an overwhelming favorite to repeat as Big 12 champions, but has now moved to even money at plus 1,000 via FanDuel Sportsbook. The Red Raiders' projected win total has also decreased, going from 11.5 at opening to 10.5 victories, as Sorsby's no longer on FanDuel's Heisman Trophy list after opening at plus 2,500, just outside the top 10.
Wow.
What a tone-deaf article.
That is, what?
Hey, Texas Tech's away from the team because of gambling. Speaking of the gambling markets, here's how it changed.
Yeah, I mean, what are we doing?
If you don't realize why we're in the point that we're in with professional athletes, gambling, this is why. It's how it has infiltrated every part of how we talk about sports. And I think we do a decent job here of we're going to lay out some of the lines for you here. it gives you a feel of what Vegas is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you're one of these people out there that can gamble responsibly, it's great. But the way that some sports entities, everything that they talk about with sports is a line. With a money line, a total, whatever. You have people giving out their best plays on ESPN. There's a better way that we in sports
How do
media,
you
I
write
think, can
that
cover.
in a great conscience with what's going on? Honestly, how do you write that?
You have a deal with FanDuel Sportsbook probably that needs to have their lines in your stories, and they're paying you money for it.
Trevor Linhart and Cap Keaton, those are the only two that have been.
So we're waiting on DeGorville.
Yeah, still waiting on those as we were following up on that. Boy, thanks for hanging out with us on a Thursday. Tomorrow, Husker Homer Friday, Nebraska baseball. We'll talk with Ohio State. The Almanac, Jeff Moats. NBA, NHL, it's a whole lot going on. We appreciate you guys so much. Have a great Thursday. We'll catch you on a Friday.